What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Piscean Predator, back with some more TPP True Crime Talk. Today, we're going to talk about Day 9 of the Murdaugh Trial. Now, if you all ain't watching this, today was that day. Today was that important day, that pinnacle day in the case. And it was pinnacle for prosecution because the last few days we've been watching these video interviews in the court, and basically these interviews are basically the prosecution trying to get evidence and witnesses admitted into the trial to show reasoning behind Alex Murdaugh possibly, killing his wife and son. Now, this was critical, in my opinion, to the prosecution's case. I mean, with the circumstantial evidence that we had, just going off of that, I mean, to me, I was still leaning towards guilty, but as far as like the general population, like just looking at it in that aspect, I can see how like the general population would probably either go hung jury or not be sure about it at all. Whereas I was more leaning towards, I could see it, I could see what the prosecution was trying to put together, but with this evidence and these witnesses, not so much trying to create his character, but just the simple facts. Just the simple facts that he was literally facing the demise of his entire empire, right? So it's like, had he been able to work himself through that case with his son, Paul, and the fact that his son was going through this case where he was, he had gotten this accident, drinking, all this stuff, killed this girl. And when the girl's family's attorney was going after, money in the lawsuit, basically the Murdaugh's insurance wasn't going to cover what he thought that, the victim's family should receive to become whole. And in doing this, he was basically going to force Murdaugh to give up all of his information on everything, all of his accounts. Doing that right there would have forced Murdaugh to have to show these accounts that would show that he's been embezzling and misappropriating funds since, like, I think they said 2014, 2013, something like that. But we're talking about a long time and a lot of money, guys. A lot of freaking money. So, that being said, you have to think about like how that would affect this individual's psychology, right? So he's been used to wiggling his way out of tight spots, doing things wrong, being able to get away with it because he always had his dad to back him up. And then nobody ever questioned the way that he did things because of the family he was from. All right, that being said, so now he's in this trial. He's being sued along with his son for what his son did in that boat, killing that girl, drinking, driving, all that stuff. And now, like, it's all gonna come out. And literally, that started the process, in my opinion, in his mental meltdown and why he did what he did. So he knows that, he's about to have to show all this evidence that's gonna end up implicating him in embezzlement or misappropriation of funds, right? And then the day of the murders, the lady that keeps the books at his law firm that he works at, that he's partners at, she basically confronts him about missing money, like almost 80,000, I believe, or I'm sorry, not 80,000, 700 and something, almost 800 grand. My apologies, that was a different amount from a different thing that they brought up in trial. So he knows that he's about to go to court. He knows he's going to be forced to give up all of his information, and that's going to show crazy stuff in his financial workings, right? All his misappropriations is going to show that. And then on the day of the murder, he gets confronted literally by the lady that keeps the books in his own law firm. So literally at that point, he knows he is screwed. He is absolutely screwed. Absolutely. His father's dying. His father's always cleaned up his mess. His one son, who's about to be, convicted in a trial for manslaughter at some level, he's going to be sued, completely sued into oblivion. And he realizes that all the misappropriations of funds, all the Weasley stuff he did in the past is about to be put up front. To me, it might sound crazy, but to me, you don't have to explain that, like, at all. You don't have to really explain too much after laying out that evidence, laying out those witnesses. Like, those witnesses are gonna be key, man, because watching those witnesses, you know that those were some people that actually genuinely cared about Alex Murdaugh, and for them to have to go up there and testify against him, like, you could see some of them, it hurts, and they're telling the truth, and it hurts for them to do it. And you could tell that some of them are fucking, some of the witnesses are going up there and they're telling the truth and scared. I don't know, man. This whole case is bananas. I didn't know if it was gonna get this interesting. I thought it might just be long and draw out and boring, the Southern draw, and I feel like sometimes I'm watching a movie, like literally a movie from back in the day. But all that being said, you compile the evidence, and now all of it that's being allowed to be admitted in, and it's hard to see this man as being innocent. It just is. It's and then today we found out too. I mean, dude, there was so much stuff that came out. Today was the craziest day of the case. So not only was all that admitted, so all this financial evidence and these witnesses from this prior stuff prior to the murders is being admitted. Then they bring up a witness who was the caretaker of Alex Murdaugh's mother, right? And when he had showed up the night of the murders, he was trying to claim he'd been there for 35, 45 minutes, something like that. And reality is the witness came up and testified to him only being there 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. Now, 15 to 20 minutes ain't no 35 to 45 minutes. So right off the gate, like, why? Why? And then not only she testified to that, she testifies that he comes in one of the following days and makes a comment to her saying, basically, I was here 30, 45 minutes the other night. He made the statement to her. Now, you could tell that shook that lady and that she didn't want to be in that trial. She did not. She cares for the family. She takes care of the mom. She'd been around the father, around that family for 3 years and cared for him. I mean, she was literally breaking down on the stand, having to testify against Alex Murdaugh. But basically, he come in and he tells her that and intimidates her. And then after that, he brings up her wedding and her job, letting her know, he could help her out. And he's got friends that he could help her out with the wedding. He's got friends at the school, if she needs help with the positions and whatnot. It just seems kind of funny to me. It seems a little bit like, intimidation tactic, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a juror, so I can't really say anything about that. But all in all, I'm giving my opinion so far on this case. Everything that I'm seeing, everything that I'm hearing, does not bode well for Mr. Murdaugh. And yeah, dude, I got a bad feeling about this case, unfortunately, though. For as well as the prosecution's doing, for all the evidence that's being admitted into this case, and to sit back and look at it in the big picture, I think he's guilty. But I got a feeling we're gonna get a hung jury. I just do. I don't think it's gonna be innocent. I think it's gonna be a hung jury. Unfortunately, I really do. Yeah, man. I don't want it to roll that way. I don't think anybody else does. And especially some of those witnesses. I know some of those witnesses are scared that he's not going to get convicted and he's going to be out, and his power that he does have in that. And then they all want to say disgrace, but his family still run some stuff. So I don't know, man. Just some of those poor witnesses look like they hope he's convicted as well. But all in all, dude, that being said, I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to turn out. I know what I think. I know what my opinion is. But I really just, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Crazy case. And we're not even done yet. Right? We're not even done yet. The only thing that really I'd say the defense had on their side today was like, there's a little bit of confusion on this whole tarp that was brought in, that Alex Murdaugh possibly had brought in to his mother's house. And there's confusion because the witness had claimed he had brought a tarp in, but the prosecution had admitted a rain jacket in, a blue rain jacket. So like there's some confusion over a blue tarp that possibly was used to carrying a firearm to hide, and a rain jacket that's being tested for GSR, gunshot residue. So I don't know, man. It's one of the things that I don't like right now that's popping in this trial, is the confusion on that. It sucks because you'll have all this clarity with this evidence and the prosecution, and everything's laid out well. They'll ask all the proper questions to detectives or SLED or anybody else that was on scene, and you'll have this idea, like you'll see things straight, and then defense gets up there and they do this amazing job at like grabbing one little detail that might not even matter, and then they like twist it around and they make it like seem like the investigators or the witnesses are saying something wrong or doing something wrong, or they'll try to make like facts out of something that just doesn't make sense. But they're good at it. He's good at it. So then it's like, you could tell it just basically, defense is master at confusing the shit out of the jurors. I feel that's what it is. I feel like defense is having a better time at confusing the jurors than they are at actually arguing the case, if that makes any sense. So I think the prosecution's doing an amazing job at laying out the evidence and asking all the right questions to get the all the witnesses and the crime scene investigators and detectives to lay out a perfect picture on what's going on. But then you got the defense, who is like masterfully confusing the shit out of everybody on it's crazy. But yeah, that's the update so far, guys. Some of y'all watching these updates on the Murdaugh trial, some of you are not. This is cool. I'm gonna do them anyways. I'm having an educational time on this case, watching this unfold. It's pretty interesting, and if they do make a movie out of this, I'm not gonna watch it because I've already watched the original. But yeah, guys, I don't know. What's your thoughts? Hit me up down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this whole video. Not so much like quality of my video because I'm shooting in a damn car. Let me know your thoughts on the case, man. But yeah, much love. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, the Piscean Predator, and I'm out.